We're gonna go over how to globally change users' preferences in Infoview on business objects. I created 3 dummy users and named them delete me, delete me 2, and delete me 3. So first I'm gonna log into delete me, and we are taken to our Infoview navigation screen, and from there you got to click on document list to get to your public folders. And I'll sign out of this, and then next log in as delete me 2, and we'll see that we're still taken to the navigation screen again, and then we're going to click one step further to get to public folders. Then we'll sign out again, and likewise for delete me 3, user 3, we're still taking the same default location. So we want to change this to public folders. And now this is our CMC. I created a group called Infoview Global Preference, and those 3 dummy users delete me 2, and delete me 3 are part of it. I will go to the properties of this group to see how I define it. I said all users in this group will have the same Infoview preferences as the user global preference. So global underscore preference. This is a user I have yet to create. So I'm gonna create this group, name it global preference, description, something intuitive. This user's Infoview preferences will be copied or applied across everyone in the Infoview global preference group. Pretty intuitive, and any admin can look at it and realize what it is. So now it can remain as part of the Infoview global preferences group, but I'll just get rid of it and from this group, just to avoid confusion. So I'll get rid of that, on member of, and remove the Infoview global preferences, and it will only have everyone. It will only be part of the everyone group. And then we'll go back to the global preferences. Global preference username, and log in as global preference. And you see, even for this user, we're brought to the navigation screen. We click on the document list, we're taken to our public folders. So we'll go to the preferences of this user, and very quickly I'm gonna, okay, so you can set it to home screen, my Infoview, favorites, and whatever. Then I'm gonna set the number of objects to 50. Then we'll go back to folders, browse folders, and here I'll prompt you, please select a location. So we'll select public folders, hit OK, and we will get out of this place. Now we logged in as global preference for the second time, and we see that we're brought to public folders. And just to recheck, we're going to log in as delete me to make sure that it is still bringing us to navigation screen. Delete me 2, same thing, and lastly delete me 3, still navigation screen. We're going to go back to our server now, business objects, installation directory, and then dashboard and analytics, setup directory, and we should have, and you should be able to, if you have a dashboard and performance management enabled, then you should see these preference copy utility files. If you do not see these, then you'll have to go back to your setup. If you don't see these files, you have to go to your setup through control panel, and click on, for example, change, and you'll be given the option to modify your installation, and this is how you do it. So we'll go to modify, click next, and from server components we're going to pick multi-dimensional analysis. Entire feature will be installed. Since I have it, I'm not going to do anything. And then another item would be dashboard. So these 2 features need to be installed for you to have those preference files. And then we'll go back to CMC servers, server groups, performance management, and you should see that you have dashboard analytics services server, and you also have the predictive analysis server. So multidimensional and then dashboard, these two. So we'll click next, and then follow through and then complete that installation. For my case, since I have it installed, I'm just going to exit the setup. So we're back to our folder, setup folder for dashboard analytics. We'll need to copy those files to copy these setup files. But before that, let's see what manual changes we have to do to this preference properties file. So we'll open the backup file of it using a text editor like Notepad. And here you see name of the CMS. So this file is pretty obvious. Name of the CMS is your business objects host name or the machine name, the name CMS name. Administrator user's password. So that's the password of the administrator account. User to copy preference from. So it default was administrator, but I recommend against it because administrators can often change their preferences. So just create a dummy user, or like I did, global underscore preferences, and set it to that user. This way you will avoid confusion and accidental overriding of preferences. So we'll set it to global underscore preference, and then all users in this group, it's below that will have their preferences changed to a copy of this source user. So target group would be Infoview underscore global underscore preference. So pretty self-explanatory, except we'll make this change or these changes in the actual preference copy util properties file, not the backup file. Backup is just for your backup. So we'll get rid of this. You have to save it obviously, but this is what you need to do. So we'll get rid of this. So that's the properties file. Anyway, we'll copy all of these files, 27 of them, or you could have more, I guess, depending on your installation. And then version, go back to your business objects directory, Java bin, and paste them here. Since I've already brought them here, it's re-prompting me if I'd like to overwrite. So I said yes. And from here we're going to make that modification to that preference file, properties file. We're going to do that through the command prompt. And since I've already done that, I'm just going to walk you through the final steps. You need this piece of code. Once you're there in that bin directory, I'll just say java -jar and preference copy util.jar preference copy properties, and as soon as you hit enter, preferences get copied over. It says retrieve preferences for global underscore preference, that's the source, and then it says copying to all users in group Infoview underscore global preference, and then copy it to delete me 2, delete me 3. Preferences were copied successfully. So it's very self-explanatory and crystal clear. So we're going to test it out, obviously. So log in as delete me 3, log on, and we're brought to public folders. Sign out. We'll try again with delete me user, and then it's also to public folders, and lastly to log in as global preference, and we see it still retained its public folder location. Now let's change that to favorites. Instead of public folders, we'll change global preference to favorites, point to favorites, and we'll go back to the same command prompt, reapply, hit enter, and it will show us that the preferences are copied over. We're going to go back and test it. Infoview, log out, and let's test it as delete me number 2. Log in, and then we see that it brought us to my favorites, not public folder. So it's pretty useful. You could redirect each group to its own folder, like accounting group to accounting folder, sales group to sales folder, and so on. Hope this was helpful. Thanks for watching.